Alrighty. You ready to do this thing?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's do it. Hold on, I gotta answer two questions real quick. You know why 88? I will be casting the Haunter Bronze League final. That's going to be coming up next weekend. And Jason, yes, I work with Complexity in all games. Right now, just doing Here's the North mostly, but maybe other games in the future. Getting into this game, though. Going live in 5, 4, 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this IvDGaming.com tournament. I'm your casting host, Beef, and joining me is Jetrix of the IvD casting crew. We're bringing you game number 2 in this best of 3 series. IvD tournament number 71, the qualifier for next month's $200 tournament number 80. And, well, game number 1 between these two players. That was kind of exciting.
Yeah, Blodge made a huge blunder, leaving units at the middle of the map. Also leaving units inside his main that he could have held off the push in his main, and he could have kept pushing the third, taking out the third, and maybe taking out even the natural.
Yeah, but we got to get these intros done real quick. In the top left-hand corner, you know what? In the bottom right-hand corner, the blue Zerg winning game number 1. Will he be able to do it here in game number 2? He's RxFission. His opponent in the top left-hand corner, the orange Terran, currently going for a 12-12 proxy racks. He's Blodge.
And this is actually what we talked about in, I believe, the first series. How Terrans can harass Zergs. Recently, the 12-12 rack has fallen off, but Blodge is going to try to bring it back. Taking out the Zergs 15 hatch is going to be huge if he gets a good bunker off.
Yeah,
but the overload is already placed there in defense.
15 hatch into 16 pool, so not going to be going for that 15-15. He should be very, very happy, RxFission that is, that he didn't go for that 18 pool, the super greedy 18 pool once again. But instead, going to get spotted out right here. So bunker goes down. And now what's the response here from RxFission? Correct response is pull about 3 or 4 pro drones. And indeed, does pull 4 drones. Going to get started to work right here. And first Marine going to come on in. It's going to come down to a lot of micro. 5 drones now off the line. Going to try to get in there on the Marine as the SCV does fall. So the bunker not going to be completed just yet. And the Marine actually taking a lot of damage. SCV's got to come in and block. And that Marine will go down. SCV is being pulled off the line. A total of 3 SCVs going to be coming in, but 2 Marines versus up to about 4 drones. Still a good battle. Good micro going to be coming in from Blodge so far.
The spawn pool is already finished, and there's 2 queens coming out with 4 Zerg along the way. This overload could get picked off, and 4 SCVs being pulled off the line.
Needs to make another bunker in range of the hatchery here.
Yeah, he has so little time. He needs to make it before the creep moves up.
Oh, I think he might actually be too late. Oh, he's too late. Did not get it down in time. He can still get it down right next to his old bunker, as that spine crawler does go down, and he's just saying, screw it, I don't need bunkers. I've got 5 SCVs. I killed your spine crawlers. The Queen finishes up. SCVs and Marines going to be able to work on, well, both of these, as the drones come down with the Zergling cleaned up immediately, though, and the Queen being microed around the back. Not really even, the Marines don't really need to fear this very much. They can fall back into that bunker whenever. It needs to use those reinforcements, though, once again.
Now that first move just dropped down, these turns and have enough minerals to support this push. And Vision playing a bit too greedy. He chose to still drone up while this push was coming. This bunker may get picked off, but he's supply block. He needs to have an ult on the way.
Yeah, the bunker doesn't matter at all right now. The threat is these 9 Marines. Which, even though there's 24 Lings coming out right now, the Marines get into a good position and finish off this hatchery, which they should be able to do momentarily, as the Lings are coming in one by one. And this is a very big issue. Good micro coming out from Blodge. Now that the Queen is here, these Lings might actually do some damage, and Blodge needs to keep stutter step microing. Not going to be going to, actually. He's just cleaning up everything. These Marines are just too good, pressing forward. Going to be able to finish off the Queen. Finishes off the hatchery instead. Queen goes down. There's the Zerglings. They're going to be going down as well. And see a hatchery. Broodlings coming out, and Blodge hits the road.
Yeah, he needs to just run away from these Broodlings until they pop off. Now, he has to pull back these 2 barracks and start macking up behind this. Building, making a CC. starting to wall off his main. It's going to be dependent on what he does. If he's going to choose to all in after this, or if he's going to choose to try to macro up. It's not getting that first geyser. And he still can't kill all these Marines. They're just stacking up more and more. So 2 Marines waiting here towards the middle of the map. Not doing much.
Jetrix,
it looks like he's going to pull back.
I want you to hit your L key real quick. And take a look at units lost here with me. Those are some efficient Marines.
That is painful for a Zerg.
Painful. 12 units lost to 54. Our Terran being about 400% more effective than his opponent. And, wow. That's very, very rough as those barracks are going to start floating home. Builds another set of barracks. Going to be starting to take his 2 gases. And his command center already finished up. Going to morph that into an orbital. Drop that on the low ground. And then start to make his way into a standard game.
Vision is in a huge hole right now. There's only so much you can do to come back from this. If he's going to choose to all in, or if he's just going to straight up macro the best he possibly can. Maybe taking a quick third too. But it's going to be very hard for him to come back in this game. That 2Rex took out a full hatchery. He's still getting the units lost tab. That's 1,800, 1,600 minerals. That's gone. Lost basically for free. There's a few Terran, there's a few Marines, a few, maybe, no, the bunker actually got salvaged.
Mm-hmm.
And now 3 barracks pumping down Marines.
Oh, and the Marines even get the snipe on the Overlord there. I mean, Jetrix, he's down to 1 Overlord. Ugh, I don't know what he's going to do right now. He wants to get into this extractor, maybe start mining some gas for Banelings, something like that. But even though he has the gas mined out of it right now, not starting to upgrade the speed yet, and in fact, just going to take a risk. And that's what you got to do when you're behind.
Yeah, taking that fast third. It's going to be up to the Terran whether he chooses to attack. He doesn't know whether or not an all-in's coming, or if he's trying to macro up after this. Getting those 2 overloads out, he needs to start pumping out these drones, taking drones off gas, worrying more about his economy than about his army.
Yep, that's exactly right. I mean, when you're behind, you got to take a risk, get back in, and that means being risky with not having an army. And our Terran player, he's going to have to take a risk a little bit as well, knowing when to punish this. If his Zerg opponent's going all in and has 15 roaches and some Banelings back there where the Terran can't see, then marching across the map could be a bad idea. But staying home and trying to out-macro a Zerg who you're letting have a free third without any pressure coming out, that's also a bad idea. So I'd like to see some scouting information coming out from Blodge. Drop a scan. Send some Marines and check that third.
And scan, although Terrans may say, oh, it's 270 minerals that I'll never get back. It's free energy, and that energy needs to be used to save you. 270 minerals may be gone, but it could save your life. Whether it might be a Nidus, it could be some type of all-in. But just having that scouting information is just so important in these kind of games.
Well, I think right now what's coming out is, well, I thought it was going to just be a 3 barracks medevacs timing here, but instead going to be dropping a couple engineering bays as well. It's going to start some upgrades, so maybe 1-1 timing. I really think that if our Terran player actually acts with about 2, maybe 4 medevacs here, with the amount of Marines that he has, he can easily kill this third and might even be able to kill the Zerg player outright.
Yeah, all the Zerg has is a few Zerglings, and Metabolics Boost is just almost a whole minute away. Not going for a drop. Oh, looks like it's going to hit the main. And his overload placement just isn't spot on. He doesn't have the vision of the entire side of the map. It's going to be very hard for him to hold without being able to see it. And even inside his base, there are a few dock spots that the Marines could land.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that top right-hand corner of the main, if you get an unload off right there, going to be painful, painful, painful for RxFission to deal with. And this is the risk that he took. No defenses here at the third, other than a few Marine, or other from a few Zerglings. So to stim up right there, going to be able to get to a corner perhaps, and might be able to deal with these Zerglings. Gets into the corner, but not going to be able to deal with the Zerglings after all. They're all going to escape mostly in the deep red, but there's the drop, the complete unload, and making their way into the mineral line. A lot of drones going to take some pressure here. Going to be able to get onto the Zerglings there as well. And the Queen's going to start to take some fire here as the stimmed up Marines chasing them down, actually working on Overlords. This is going to be devastating to RxFission. Splitting his DPS, the Evolution Chamber is not even working, taking some damage here. And there's the second stim on the Marines. Going to start to pressure again. Overlord's just dropping by the dozen. Now a 30 supply block for our Zerg player. Second Evolution Chamber going to be coming down. And another stim up on the Marines. Medevac's running low on energy, but does not even matter. Lair under pressure. And Zerglings with the Queens now going to be trying to come back up here. But the Marines with their high mobility needs to stim up. Actually going to load up right here. And the rest of the Marines are going to be left for dead. So loses one medevac, but yeah, I'd say that was worth it.
Yeah, and look at that unit's lost stat. It's still just stacking against the Zerg. While Blodge has this giant army at home. Look at all those medevacs. 7 medevacs on the map right now.
He's like almost one in his Marine production, though. I'd like to see some more racks. He's thrown down 1 additional racks, but 0 reactors right now on his racks at all. That's a big issue. If you're going heavy Marine, you need to have more barracks than this, and you need to have some reactors. I mean, he's got tech labs on his barracks and not even using them to produce Marauders at this point.
And Fission's macro is actually hurting right now, dropping 2 macro hatches inside the main, covering a lot of minerals and gas. But instead it looks like it's going to fall, and all these drones are just going to melt.
Oh, they are indeed going to melt, and well, Spinecaller going to be taking some damage first. More Overlords going to be falling right here, focuses them down, and now the Queen going to be falling as well. A lot of Marines actually getting surrounded right here, trying to load on up into those medevacs, and load up they shall. Queen's starting to shoot at him, but they're not going to really do a whole lot.
And Fission actually forgot his Bane in this. It's just dropping down after these Marines hit.
Zerglings are actually going to come out here and do a lot of damage, but as the Marines drop from the medevacs, so do Fission's chances in this game. He is in a very rough position. Going to go in one more time, but these 1-1 stimmed up Marines just absolutely tear through the Zerglings. Fission down to 36 supply, jumps back up to 47 now. He's producing another 20 Zerglings, but down to less than 25 drones. His economy is suffering, and that is it. Nice cheese on to game 3, and RxFission throws in the towel.
RxFission not happy about that 2 racks, although he did play way too gritty, droning up even though he wasn't sure whether or not the Terran was all in on this 12 racks.